Hey everyone, this is Lola Reddy from Abstrakt Music Lab, and today I'm back with our sound design series. Today we're creating the lead from Artbat's remix of HYPERCOLOUR by Camelphat and Yannis, and it sounds like this. This is the original sound. And the original track. Now both at the same time. And if you want to check how you can make the bass, there's a similar preset over here in the top right corner in which it shows you how to make the bass as well. As usual, if you want to support the channel, you can get us a coffee or you can get our preset pack available here in the description below or in the top right corner. Or if you want to go bigger and you want to go with more presets, you can get our preset pack from Freshly Squeezed Samples available here in the top right corner and in the description below. Or the preset pack that we made for Production Music Live available here in the description below as well. But let's get started here with the preset. We're going to initialize Serum over here. Before we start, we have to do two things. We have to put an EQ over here with a low cut at 200. This is a 12 dB low cut at 200 Hertz. And we have to put an LFO2 or any other volume shaper like plugin like Volume Shaper or Flux Mini 2 available here in the description below at 40% and this curve over here. But now let's start with the sound design. We're going to initialize Serum over here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And it's going to be a really simple sound design over here in the oscillator section, and everything is going to happen mainly in the effects section. So in the oscillator section, we're going to start here with basic shapes over here. We're going to put it to a saw. Why not use the initial sawtooth? Yeah, the way that I did it with this sawtooth. They have a little bit of difference. So I decided to do it with this one. Now -1. And basically that's it. And now we're gonna have to shape the envelope 1, which is gonna be exactly as it is. And envelope 2, we're gonna put it over here to 200, something like this. And the sustain a little bit like this. And basically that's it for the envelope. Nothing is gonna happen because we didn't actually change this or engage this envelope 2 to anything. So we're going to the filter over here, MG Low 12. We're going to put this all the way down, this a little bit up, and we're going to put this over here around something like this. We just want to basically get the same feeling, but we want it to be a little bit filtered, not as it was before. We want to get it filtered. But essentially, that's it. So now we're going into the effects section, really simple oscillator section. Now we're going to the distortion. We're going to use later a compression. Then we're going to use compression over here. Then we're going to use a filter. Then we're going to use EQ. Then after EQ, we're going to use delay and reverb. Essentially, these are the plugins that we're going to use. So distortion, we're not going to use tube, soft flip or anything. We're going to use a symmetry over here. And we're going to put it all the way up and see how the sound changes. Just so you can listen before the original. And now. And you see how the symmetry is what gives the character to the sound. So that's why we have to bring this in. Now we're going to do a compressor, which is also going to shape the sound a lot. And we're going to leave the threshold as there is. Ratio attack, we're going to put it a little bit higher. We're going to choose multiband over here. But we're going to do a couple of things here in the multiband. So we're going to put this all the way down. This is going to go a little bit higher and this a little bit higher as well. Something like this is fine, 146. It's shaping with the sound that we wanted before. So now we also have to boost this in 10 dB. Since we're boosting this in 10 dB, we're going to have to lower this a lot as well. But this helps shape the sound a little bit. Now we're going to use the filter. And again, we're not using the filter for the filter itself. We're going to put the cutoff all the way up. Basically, what we're using the filter for, we're just going to use the drive over here to saturate the sound a little bit more. So without, and you see how it brings more body to the sound, and that's what we want with this sound. So now we're gonna use the EQ, and here's where the major difference is going to happen. If you're liking the video so far, hit the like button. If you're loving it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on videos like this and many other production videos as well. But let's keep on going. So EQ, now we're gonna use both bell curves. And in the frequency over here, we're gonna put this one around over here, and this one over here around 4000 Hertz. Maybe something like this. This is enough. Now, we're going to do quite some drastic boosting over here. This one is going to boost 7 dB, and we're going to have to open the Q a little bit more. So without it, can you see how it brings the body of the sound? And now at 4030 Hertz, we're going to bring a little bit more of the mids, the high mids of the sound. So Q over here is going to go at 37. And the gain is going to go right around over here. So without this one, can you see how it brings a little bit more character to the sound? We also boosted the sound a bit, so let's lower it a little bit as well. Now, last part of the tutorial, we're just gonna bring delay and reverb to the sound. Delay is gonna be quite simple, 1/8 dot. 1/8, not 1/16. Now, this one over here, it's going to go around something like this at 3. We don't want any low frequencies over here, so that's why we're doing it this way. And we're gonna put the mix quite up, because we want it bouncing all the way left and right. Now, reverb. Reverb is the last step of this. We're gonna put it to 21. The decay is gonna go to 5. The low cut is gonna remain as it is. We're gonna have to take a little bit of the low cut over here. We're already taking the low cut with this EQ over here as well. So this is kind of redundant, but always making sure that there's no reverb in the low end, because you don't want the low ends to get on top of the other. Then high cut, we're gonna put it all the way down because we don't want the high cut from the reverb as well, and spin all the way down. Now put this one a little bit higher. And we're almost there. We just have to turn this a little bit quieter. Let's compare. There's a bit more mids over here, and we could boost a little bit more of these, but that's why we're gonna use this EQ outside over here. Just gonna close Serum for a while. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna pick an EQ. We're gonna go around 3,500, so 3,500, something like this. And we're gonna boost this around 2.5. So without it, we're low cutting it and we're boosting this as well. Now, if you compare, there's a bit more noise over here in the original, and you can do this with an alternative layer as well. But I feel that this is really good as a recreation if you want to listen to the original. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. And as usual, if you want to grab the preset or the MIDI, you can grab it here in the description below. Or if you just want to recreate it yourself, basically it's a ARP. But pay attention that it's not a full note over here. If you listen to it, it's a 1/16th note, but we don't have the last 1/64th. Essentially, that's why it sounds like this. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you loved it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos of Abstrakt Music Lab. And I hope to see you soon in the next Abstrakt video next week. Ciao.